Ndị be anyị kenekwanụ m unu. Asị m ka nke onye chiri ya zelụkwa. Anyị sị n'ụbọchị nketa abara na anyị na mma. Na ihe adị ka echi ada agwụla agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru ya, otu a ka ọ ya adịrịdị. Ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-wetara nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ya bụ ife n'ime n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya and nwere ụwa na-azọ na Eastern region. Ihe anyị wetara ụbọchị nketa taa bụ according to the one of the Biafran activists wetara ya bụ ozi n'iru akwụkwọ, and he quote: UN international experts respond to Arise News TV on Israel-Iran war. Hear the news in details. All right, ya bụ ozi wetara n'ụbọchị nketa bụ ya bụ ife na-eme na mba ụwa, ịghọtago, and gbasịta maka ife ndị Arise News kwuru na war between Israel and Iran. Yes, so ya bụ UN expert analysis were ife o kwuru metụtara nji si mba na samamanụ ya bụ ife na mmetieru na ya ka unu gee ya dịka ihe ga-esi ya bụ ife kabarụ ka ere ya tia n'ife okwu. Over to you.
As we speak today, Israel, in the course of 2-3 years, have gone into war with about 3 different countries in the Middle East. Because they are aided by America, nobody has been able to challenge them with such veracity and velocity. At first, under the pretext of attacking Hezbollah, invaded southern Lebanon. The French had to broker a ceasefire with them. Now they have gone into Iran, a sovereign country. But America is looking on. And that's why Donald Trump has refused to sign a joint statement as regards the escalation. So he didn't sign that statement in G7 in Canada because obviously he was aware of these attacks. And Israel is doing his bidding and America's bidding here, and they are defending Israel. Because when you look at the analogy, Israel just wants to attack Iran. For you to be able to get into the underground bunkers where you have the nuclear weapons that you claim you want to deter, or the nuclear program that you want to deter, which is about 800 meters underground, you need B-52 bunker busters. The Israelis do not have that. You need the Americans to be able to do that for you. But what you have done is bombed a couple of military installations, and now you're attacking civilians. Over 200 of them are dead. In fact, there was an alert to evacuate Tehran. Although the Iranian authorities are trying to use back channels to say, let's get back to the nuclear talks. But America is looking on while Israel does the dirty job of decimating Iran. Netanyahu has moved from Gaza as a pretext for October 7 to enter Tehran, committing war crimes. And when you look at the scale of proportionality, obviously because of military might, it swings in the favor of Israel. So America...
That was Rufai Husseini of Aras TV. Rufai Husseini was a total disappointment in that intervention on Israel and Iran crisis. Rufai Husseini is somebody who normally do his research, but apparently he deliberately didn't want to do his research, or he want to join those who have embarked on misinformation and disinformation against Israel and the Jewish nation, the only Jewish nation in the world. So he has joined people like Femi Fani-Kayode, who have been ranting against Israel in recent times by spreading false propaganda against what is really happening. He portrays Israel as a country looking for wars, invading countries. That was not true. And Rufai Husseini ought to have known that. First of all, he said that Israel, under the pretext of attacking Hezbollah, they invaded southern Lebanon. Under the pretext. So it was a pretext. Is he not aware that Hezbollah was an existential threat to Israel? Firing rockets to Israel on a daily basis, killing Israelis in their own countries, in their own homes. He thought that Israel is a country like Nigeria that would allow its people to be killed like that from outside. Before so they call it what Hezbollah was doing, that moving to southern Lebanon to take them out was not a thing that any sovereign nation would have done. Which sovereign nation in this world would allow Hezbollah or anything similar to Hezbollah, a terrorist organization, to be firing rockets into its territory, killing its people? And this is what Rufai Hussein is defending, that Israel invaded Lebanon under the pretext is because Hezbollah was a threat. And if Lebanon cannot take care of Hezbollah and stop their attack, their sending of rockets to Israel, then Israel has to do the needful. So what Israel did in going to southern Lebanon was in self-preservation, to defend itself, because nobody can defend you better than yourself. It's easy for people to say, oh, it's America that's prompting them, America is doing this and that. That's not true. Israel faces existential threat all the time. Look at it, Israel, a population of less than perhaps about 9 million people. A very tiny country, the only Jewish nation in the whole wide world, surrounded by billions of Muslims, Arabs, and all that. And they will not allow Israel to breathe. Hezbollah will be dropping in rocket. Hamas will be dropping in rocket. And you think that Israel, in self-defense, should not be able to take care of business and protect its citizens from being killed, whether it's from Hezbollah, it's from Hamas, or from Houthis. He said that Israel has now moved from there and invaded Iran and gone into Iran, a sovereign country. Iran is a sovereign country, yes. But why was Iran sponsoring Hezbollah? Why was it sponsoring Hamas? Why was it behind the October 7 attack in Israel? So Iran know that it's a sovereign nation. Does Iran know that Israel is also a sovereign nation? Does Iran also know that Israel is a sovereign nation before it began to sponsor terrorist organizations from Hezbollah to Hamas and others to be attacking Israel? And Israel cannot defend its own sovereignty, whether within Israel or going outside, to stop being attacked, to stop being killed, to assert its sovereignty. And he was talking about, I don't even want to go into that Donald Trump did not refuse to sign the judge statement about to de-escalate the crisis. No, but Iran had it coming. It had opportunity. Donald Trump gave them 60 days to sign the. Donald Trump gave them 60 days to sign the agreement, but they refused to sign that agreement. It was on the 61st day that Israel began its operation in Iran. And what people don't know, and what Husseini misinformation he was spreading, was to give the impression that Israel just woke up one morning and started operation in Iran. No, it is not true. Iran was trying to develop a nuclear bomb, and Israel will not allow it. Iran severally the spiritual leader or the supreme leader keep on tweeting regularly the elimination of Israel, death to Israel, death to America. Severally, the supreme leader of Iran has tweeted death to Israel, total elimination of Israel. It means that if they have atomic bomb, if they have nuclear weapon, they will wipe out Israel. It is a religious duty to them. It is a religious responsibility to them to wipe out Israel from the face of the earth. They have not only said it, they are embarking on a mission to do it. And then where I came from, or where I come from, only a tree will be told that it was going to be cut down. That tree will remain there until they go and bring machetes and come and cut it down. That is what Rufai Husseini don't know. Now let me also remind Rufai Husseini, he should go and read the report that was published last week by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. There was a report that was released last week by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. In that report, now let us, for those who don't know, the International Atomic Energy Agency is like a regulatory body around the world that try to stop nuclear proliferation, okay, around the world, to stop people from enriching uranium beyond the level that can be used for peaceful purpose. Okay, nobody said that Iran should not enrich uranium, but Iran, having shown that it is not a responsible member of the international community by its constant threat to wipe out Israel, does not deserve to have access of a nuclear weapon. Because from the way it's saying it, it was going to do it. Now, look at the report by the International Atomic Energy Agency. It said in its latest quarterly report, which Rufai said you should go and read it. It's available online, so that you stop misinforming people and stop unnecessarily dragging Israel for what he doesn't know. Now, the International Atomic Energy Agency, in their latest report, the agency that is investigating Iran, that goes to these same nuclear facilities he was talking about, Rufai Hussein was talking about, their reports show that Iran has amassed enough uranium enriched up to 60% purity, up to 60% purity, which according to the IAEA is a short technical step away from weapons grade. So you have developed up to 60%. You are about to get to the 90%, which is enough for you to produce 9 nuclear bombs. And you are a country that is always threatening Israel, that when you develop this thing, you're going to wipe them out. You see them, Hamas, Iran, shouting from the river to the sea, wherever they are shouting, indicating to wipe out Israel. So you expect Israel to sit back and allow them to get away with it. So Israel, according to the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, did what any sovereign nation that is worth sovereignty will do. It is to stop them. Because if you don't stop them and they develop it, you can imagine what will happen to Israel. Israel is one of the tiniest countries in the world. A population of about 9 million or thereabout. They are dealing with a country of Iran that is over 90 million and surrounded by others that Iran has used as proxy to make life difficult for the Israelis. So you expect Israel to stand by and watch them. Israel knows that he is not going to get help from the United Nations. It has to go on its alone. Israel embarked on this mission alone because Trump ran on America first. He ran the election on America first. Iran election on anti-war. He didn't want to participate in any war. Even when in his first term, you know it. It was about that America made a mistake in the past. But Israel is facing existential threat. Iran, that leadership that threatened to wipe it out of the face of the earth. Israel cannot watch and allow them be able to develop enriched uranium up to 90%. They have gotten to 60%. And Israel didn't make this thing up. That report is from International Atomic Energy Agency that look, Iran has passed 60%. It has gotten to 60%. What it remains now is just a small push. It'll be able to get to the 90%. The level that will give it 9 atomic bombs. You know what 9 atomic bombs can do. And Rufai Hussein is passing it off. That Israel just is invading another sovereign nation. Sovereign nation. On what basis of sovereignty? Israel don't have sovereignty. So it should stand by and watch them develop a bomb that will wipe them out of the face of the earth. Israel will not do that. No responsible nation does that. Nobody said that Iran should not develop nuclear technology for peaceful use, for energy, and for whatnot. Other countries are doing it, but under the strict supervision of the International Atomic Energy Agency. So Rufai Hussein goofed, and those who are backing him goofed in spreading misinformation that Israel just rose one morning and was just invading everywhere. It was attacking Hezbollah, it was attacking Hamas, it was doing this, giving the impression that Israel is just an over-pampered child. That's utter rubbish. You ought to have known that is not true. That no nation, Israel is the only democracy in the whole of the Middle East. There is no single democracy in the whole of the Middle East. The only authentic democracy in the Middle East is Israel. Even the allegation that Israel was killing civilians in Iran, committing war crime. I don't know where Hussein got this war crime angle. The bomb, the missiles that Iran has been firing on Tel Aviv, on Haifa, and that's what. Some of those missiles, they have been killing people too. They are killing civilians. But we know that Israelis, the IDF of Israel, they have been very careful in all the military operations to avoid civilian casualties. But most of the time you see all these rogue states and their terrorist supporters embedding their military facilities where civilians are living. And Israel has said, evacuate from Tehran. Let us deal with the matter we came to do to prevent Iran from enriching uranium to the level where it can be able to produce 9 nuclear bombs or more. Israel, what is doing in Iran, Israel is fighting a battle for its own life. It's facing existential battle. So nobody, whether it's Rufai Hussein or anybody, should go and misinform people that Israel is just a warmonger looking for war, looking for war. Who told you that? Israel is one of the most responsible members of the international community. Nobody has ever faced the threat. No nation has faced the kind of threat Israel faces on a daily basis. Constantly looking at its back because it's surrounded by enemies. And you expect them to rely on the international community, the toothless bulldog that is the international community. Is it the UN that will stop Iran from using that bomb if it develops it? Who will stop them? It is only Israel that can stop them. And Israel is also doing a favor to the international community. If you look at the religious fever with which the Iranian Spring leader talks about, if they wipe out Israel, I don't think it will end there. In any case, even many of the Arab nations that are condemning in public Israelis' operation in Iran. In their bedrooms, inside their houses, they are happy because Israel is helping to stop Iran that has continued to be a threat both to Saudi Arabia and to the other Arab nations around. You can go and verify. Go and do your research. If you think that Saudi Arabia is not happy that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is taking care of business in Iran, go and do your research. You will know the true situation of what Iran poses as a threat, both not just to Israel, but to Saudi Arabia and other nations. But the important thing, as I see it, is that Israel is taking care of business. They were the ones that the Iranian leaders are always saying that they wipe out. And they have gone to the level of sponsoring people to help them achieve it. They sponsor Hezbollah, they sponsor Hamas, they sponsor all kinds of terrorists, they sponsor the Houthis to help them do it. Now what they need was just to get the atom bomb. And they are on the verge of doing it. They have enriched uranium to 60%. Only
ndị be anyị ngwadalụ ole nne nụ dịka unu si wee na-esola anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ihe nke anyị na-eme na Eastern News 24. Ka efi were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nọ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Ka efi wee ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife drọpụrụ ife iche n'ụdị nke gị ngwa nke mesịa na ụmụnne m.